November 10th, 2025. The Sacred Arts of Walking to Work. My Central Hong Kong Morning Ritual. Hello, dear. Perhaps you are reading this during your morning commute, squeezed into the MTR, stuck in traffic, or maybe you are one of those rare souls who, like me, chooses to walk. This morning, I stepped off at Admiralty Station instead of Central, drawn to take the longer route through Hong Kong Park. The city was just waking up. That precious hour when Central's towers catch the first light, but the banker crowds haven't descended yet. I've been walking to work for 3 years now, and it's becoming my most essential leadership practice. Not meditation apps, not morning journals, though I've tried both, just walking. Sometimes along the harbour from IFC, watching the Star Ferry begins its daily crossings. Sometimes through the quiet luxury of Pacific Place, past Shangri-La, then up through the gardens to St. John's Cathedral for a moment of prayer before the day begins. Every step is proof that I can take the next one. The simple truth has carried me through building 2 companies, through midnight crisis and 2 a.m. strategy pivots. There is something profound about physically moving forward when everything else feels stuck. Step by step, I always get there. To my office, to solutions, to clarity. Steve Jobs took his famous walking meetings around Cupertino. Beethoven wandered Vienna's wood daily, carrying a pencil and paper. Virginia Woolf wrote that the mind of a walker is a strange thing. They understood what I'm learning. Walking isn't just movements, it's alchemy. It transforms scattered thoughts into strategy, anxiety into action plans, overwhelm into ordered priorities. Some mornings I walk with crushing weight. Those days when imposter syndrome whispers that I'm not enough. When the pressure of managing teams and client expectations feels unbearable. My feet know the harbour path by heart. Past the observation wheel, along the water's edge where joggers nod in solidarity. Past the morning Tai Chi practitioners who remind me that strength can be slow and graceful. Other mornings, I practically float past ICBC Tower, my old flat white in hand, feeling like I could conquer empires before 9 a.m. The same path, completely different journey. The irony isn't lost on me. There are countless ways to reach Central, just as there are countless ways to build a business, to lead, to succeed. For my friends visiting Hong Kong or locals seeking new morning rituals, let me share my 2 favorite routes. The harbour route. Start at IFC Mall, head toward the Central Piers, then follow the waterfront promenade. The morning light on Victoria Harbour is pure magic, especially around 7 a.m. Sometimes I'll stop at the observation wheel area just to watch the city wake up. The Garden and Prayer route. Exit Admiralty Station through Pacific Place, walk past Shangri-La Hotel, continue toward ICBC Tower, then make your way up Garden Road to St. John's Cathedral. The cathedral grounds in the morning are surprisingly peaceful, a pocket of grace before entering Central's intensity. End with a gentle downhill walk to your office. 25 minutes. That's all it takes. 25 minutes where emails can't reach you, unless you let them, where your only job is to put one foot in front of the other. Where the city's energy slowly syncs with yours, or perhaps it's the other way round. The morning I stop at St. John's, I often think about legacy, not just the Cathedral 175-year history, but what we are all building. Those few minutes of prayer aren't about religion for me. They're about remembering that success without soul is just beautiful emptiness. Standing in the Gothic sanctuary, surrounded by Central's gleaming towers, I'm reminded that even in this city of perpetual motion, stillness has its place. I think about you, dear reader, perhaps feeling trapped in your success, exhausted by the performance of having it all together. Maybe you're checking emails at traffic lights, optimizing every minute, forgetting that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is simply move through space, letting your mind wander while your feet find a way. Walking reminds me that progress doesn't always have to be aggressive. It can be gentle, rhythmic, meditative. Every morning, I prove to myself that I can get there, wherever there needs to be that day. Not by running, not by rushing, but by taking it step by step. Some days, I arrive at my office feeling like I've already had my first victory of the day. Not because I've answered emails or solved problems, but because I've moved through the city on my own terms, at my own pace, creating space between who I am and what I do. Tomorrow morning, perhaps you'll join me in spirit. Choose the longer route. Let your feet lead while your mind follows. Feel the city wake up around you. Stop at St. John's if you need that moment of grace, or find your own sanctuary along the way. Remember that every empire, every success story, every breakthrough started with someone taking a single step forward. Here's to finding clarity in movement, peace in progress, and remembering that sometimes the best strategy sessions happen between here and there. With warmth from Central, Christine.